Hi, welcome to a new channel and a new video series. This series will be on jazz chords. I'm hoping to make it between 10 and 15 lessons. Hopefully they won't be longer than 10 or 15 minutes per lesson. But whatever it takes to spill out all my knowledge about jazz chords. So we'll probably look at 7th chords, 9th chords, 11th chords, 13 chords, all the basics of jazz chords. We'll look into the theory of how those work as well, so you'll be able to derive each of these chords by yourself and play them in any key. Obviously, you also have like the modifiers. So, for example, the flat 5, sharp 5, flat 9, sharp 9. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. I will teach you everything you need to know, and I'll go through it very slowly. So yeah, I mentioned that you can play them in every single key. So just if you're familiar with the F chord, right, the F bar chord, the good thing about this bar chord is you actually move it up. This is a G, and then move it up to a G sharp, right, A, B, C sharp, whatever, right, so you can play in any key. So all the chords that I teach are actually going to be like that. It's not going to be as hard because you don't have to bar like all 6 strings. Actually, if you practice barring a lot, it gets easy. But yeah, so for example, I'm going to play like a C major 7 chord, and I can actually move it up to a D major 7, to an E major 7, or whatever I want. I can play the same kind of chord on a different string. So this is a C major 7, and this is a C major 7. So it's very versatile, which is really nice. And all of the chords, again, all the chords that I teach you will have this characteristic in that you can play them in any key, which is really helpful. So I find that often if I do try to teach somebody a jazz chord, and I don't follow up with actually teaching them how to use it and when to use it, they'll definitely forget it, because jazz chords are very unique in that they only fit in certain settings, so you can't play it everywhere. And you have to know how to use it, otherwise it'll just sound bad. And you won't want to use it, you'll stop practicing it, and then, you'll just forget what the shape is. Right? So a lot of people they'll go through their videos and just sort of teach you what shape to play your jazz chord in, right? But they don't tell you how to use it, right? This is up to you to figure out. But not a lot of people know how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to not only teach you what the shapes are and how to move them around, but also to teach you, sort of how these chords fit together, when you should use them, what chord progressions you should use them in. I'll go a lot into chord progressions, so you'll be able to break down exactly which chords to use, and that's through learning a lot of theory. And so I'm going to go through a lot of theory in my videos, particularly at the beginning when we're teaching some of the basics, because I personally believe that in order to be a good jazz player, you really need to know your theory. If you've ever played piano before, this will make it a lot easier for you. But if not, don't worry about it. I will teach you as much as I can and as detailed as I can what the basics are in terms of theory. If you are fairly experienced coming into this video series, please do be patient with the first couple of videos, because they will be fairly basic for you. But I'm hoping to make some sort of a practice exercise at the end of every lesson, so that you'll really be able to practice and have these concepts sink in. In terms of applications of these jazz chords, there are a lot of things you could do with them. One of the favorite things that I have, that I like to play jazz chords in, is during like a coffee house or while everyone's just chilling, and maybe at fellowship or something, and you can just play some nice soft background music for people, and it really just lightens up the atmosphere. Maybe you're looking to make your own music, maybe you're looking to do some covers here and there, and you're looking to spice up your chords. Obviously, a lot of people know like the typical 4-chord Taylor Swift progression, like E major, and then like an A, and then perhaps a B, and then, right? So everyone knows how to do this. If you play a cover with just playing these chords, maybe your voice sounds really good. That'll help you a lot. But if, like me, if your voice doesn't sound good, then perhaps you can spice up your playing by changing up the chords, right? So for example, instead of playing an E, right, I can play an E major 7. Maybe instead of an A, right, I can play an A major 7, right? And then a B, maybe I can even do a G sharp minor substitution instead, right? And then instead of playing the E again, I'll switch it to a C sharp minor 7. So it'll sound like this. So you can actually do a lot with this, and if you have no idea what I just did, don't worry. I will guide you through that, and you'll be playing all these substitutions with no problem at all. Very soon, right? Very soon. Right? Another useful thing about jazz chords and learning all the theory is just that you actually be able to listen to songs and be able to take apart the chords that are within the song if you get really good at it. So that's something I really like to do. If there's a song that that really catches my ear, then I will actually try to figure out what chords are being played, and that's sort of how I can define what sounds good to me. And really understand why a song sounds good. That's just really fulfilling for me. I don't know about you, but hopefully through this video series you'll actually be able to do that. In terms of what I expect from you, the viewer, in terms of skill level, not much, honestly. As long as you can play maybe like a normal chord, an E or like a C or something like that, like placing your fingers on the fretboard and like which fret is which and whatnot. And you don't even have to know how to strum to play these chords. I often like to finger pick. But anyways, yeah, so I'm not expecting you to know much, just that maybe you've touched the guitar before and you know how to position your hands to strum, you know how to play chords. And because honestly, what I'm going to teach you is simply the positioning, right? The positioning of these fingers, and I'll teach you a lot of theory. Now, having said that, if you are a beginner guitarist, I would recommend that you do go back to the basics first and maybe learn all your basic chords like a G and like a D, A major, all of your 4-chord songs, right? Honestly, that's going to be more useful to you at this point than learning jazz chords. So I think I'm just going to end the video with a short clip of me playing some of these jazz chords, sort of coffee house style, and hopefully that'll give you a little bit of inspiration and insight into actually what you're going to learn from this video series. So enjoy.